a.m. Right, you lovely bunch. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. So, let's have a little chin wag, shall we? What's going on, you lovely lot? Turn that off there. Welcome. So today, we're having a little chat, doing some answering some questions. And it's Tuesday. So, the whole idea behind it, getting questions. So if you've got any questions out there that are sales, business related, you can either pop your questions in. Today we're on a number of different platforms. We are here with LinkedIn Live, Instagram Live, Facebook, and YouTube. Instagram, did I say Instagram? I think I did. And I want to get back in a habit. I want us to help provide as much as we can to move you forward within your business. So if you're a salesperson, business owner, entrepreneur, someone who's just looking to get a little bit more out of their business, and you've got current things that are just not going as well as you used to, as well as you'd like, you can ask some questions. There's also going to be other questions I've already got because I started asking some of these out the other day. So these can be generic stuff about sales. There can be specific things that you've got in there. It might be, how would I handle a certain objection? It could be how to follow up, how to do introductions, how to role play, how to structure your day. There's so many different parts of this. And it's really down to, one, your product or service that you're selling, two, what your main experience is and what you're actually trying to achieve. So the big thing is, there are no daft questions. And there's no daft questions. If it's a question, if it's a problem, if it's a pain point, if there's something that you're going through right now, it's relevant. It's relevant to you. And even if it's wrong, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not wrong to me, but even if it's something that you're doing incorrectly, we're spending far too much time trying to be right all the time. Like, there's far too many people that are spending a vast majority of their time thinking that they're right. And it doesn't matter that we make mistakes. You should be aiming to fail a little bit more. You should be aiming, whether you're sat on Instagram Live, hi people, hi Ben, hi Jack, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on Facebook, wherever you are right now. Let me ask you, I'll talk to you about this. This is the simplest way to look at it. Imagine you've got to work out right now what the highest conversion rate in sales is, say, in your industry. So let's say top person in your industry is getting 75% deal conversion. Now, what are you getting as a conversion? And be honest, like on average, if we took all your work in the last 3 months, all your pitches, all your presentation, all your sales in the last 3 months, what would be your average conversion? Say it's 35%. That's okay. Say you're earning 60 grand a year, 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year, 150 grand a year, but around that mark. That's great. Where you are right now, your location right now is your location. Now, just because someone else is here and you're here doesn't mean you're doing bad. You're here based on the knowledge you've got, the skills you've got, the execution you've got, the experience that you've got. Now, here's the thing. If you want to go from here and you're getting a 35% conversion rate. Hey, Matt. Hey, Jack. Hey, everyone else. If you want to go from here and you've got a 35% conversion rate, you want to go to here, 75 conversion rate. You're already doing what needs to be done to get to here. To go from here to there is different. I'll give you the simplest idea. I spoke to a guy Friday, and he's fairly new in sales. And I was like, right, no BS, and I won't drop his name. No BS. What's your conversion rate? Now, he works as a salesperson within a company. Now, this guy working as a salesperson within a company is provided around about 100 leads a week. Now, there's caveats. What's the quality of the leads? What's the results of the leads? What's all this stuff? He gets about 100. And I said to him, well, what are you converting out of those? And he's like, I get about 10 deals. Now, there's some people out there that will be like, oh my God, that's a terrible conversion rate, because they've heard of other people doing better, or maybe in their industry, they've got better, or we've got more better inbound leads, or they're reading in clients, or whatever it might be. But he's at 10%. So for every person every 10 he talks to, he's going to get a deal. For every 100, he's going to get 10, right? For every 50, he's going to get 5. Here's the thing that a lot of people forget, and this is what I want you guys to really think about. It's not call 5, get a deal. Call 5, get a deal. Whatever it's going to be. So it's 10%. Call 10, get 1 deal. On the 11th, you won't get any, and then on the 20th, you get a deal. Sometimes you might get 3 deals in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang, bang. Easy done. Easy business. And then other times you might not get any for 50, 40, 60, whatever it is deals. Now, that's where he's getting 100 in a week. He's getting past him. And I said to him, I said, well, what's getting you this 10 could also be the very thing that is holding you back from getting 30. And he said to me, what do you mean? I said, this is the way I look at it. Imagine this ball. Imagine I can hold this ball and I need both hands to hold it. I'm using 5 fingers, 4 fingers and a thumb, 4 fingers and a thumb to hold this ball. Now imagine if I want to go off and pick up a bigger ball. I can't pick up the bigger ball because I've got to let go of this one first. The fear for most salespeople is, most business owners is, if I put this down, I don't know if the other ball is going to be as good as this ball. But we've got to be prepared to give up the good to get to the great. And for the most majority of people, they're not. Because they're desperate. There's an air of, if we're honest, that if I let go of this, we're holding it so damn tight that we need this to keep giving us it. But what happens is this ball over time loses air. And this ball gets smaller, gets a bit smaller, gets a bit smaller. The pressure gets too much for us. So we've got to get to the stage, I used to be able to do it, where we can hold it with one hand. When we can hold that with one hand, we can have more opportunities. When we can have more opportunities, we can go out. So what does this matter in sales? The very sales skills you're using now to get the results that you're getting right now, you can say I'm on a phone call. I'm on a 2-call close and I'm phoning up and I'm selling a 10K product. My methodology throughout that pitch and presentation and sales process defines whether I get the result or not. So we have to do something different, whether you're on Instagram Live, whether you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you are right now. For you to get new results, you can't just put the ball down. You've got to literally do the whole thing. And if you're going to go out and do the whole thing, you want to tweak every single part. So if you're phoning up someone now and you know that you're going to do, say you've got to do 5 phone calls, 5 introductions to get a presentation done. If you can tweak that, so for every 5 presentations, every 5 calls, you get 2 presentations done, suddenly you've doubled your conversion rate on that 5 ratio. Does that make sense? So we've got to look at, what am I doing with this ratio? What am I saying at each point? Let's say our call 1, our point 1. What am I saying in that point? What is my psychology behind the processes, psychology in the processes that are in play that's going to get me to that stage? Because the very thing that's getting you 1 conversion is alienating 4 others. Now, yeah, some of those people might not be suitable. But let's flip it on its head. Imagine there was another way you could do it that would get you 4 out of every 5. You would have a better conversation. Imagine for a moment that actually the 1 in 5 conversion that you're getting isn't actually any good. There's a chance. So think of it like this. What is the top person in your industry doing right now, performance-wise? I don't want to hear the whole, they get more leads and they get looked after for this. Let's put the ego to one side. If you were the very best version of you, with the very best level of skills in the world, with the best mindset, the best level of effort, the best level of work, what could you actually achieve? Would you be making more than you're making now? Would you be closing more deals than you're closing right now? Look at that, spinning it. It's a serious conversation. What would you be doing more than you're doing right now as the very best version of you? So whether you're on LinkedIn, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're here on Instagram Live, think about it. Imagine right now the very best version of you. Do it like this. Imagine as me here now, me as I am, you as you are, right? We're here right now. This is us with the knowledge we've got, the mindset we've got, the mental health that we've got, all of that. Then on this side, we've got the very best version of us that will ever walk on this planet. The version of us that is the smartest, kindest, most caring, smart dressed, knowledgeable, motivated, healthy version of us is on this side. What's the difference between the two? Imagine you're facing right now that person. We're imagining the best version, this version. What does that version of you differ from you right now? Maybe they've got a smaller waist. Maybe they've got bigger arms. Maybe they've got bigger breasts. Maybe they've got a smaller ass. Maybe you've got thinner legs, stronger legs. Maybe your neck sticks out a little bit less. Maybe you've got a really prominent jawline. You've got great hair. Okay, that's some visual stuff. Now imagine up here. What would be the change in you? The best version of you? How would people talk about you when you're not in the room? How would you like people to be thinking about you? When people think of you, what would you like them to think about you? When you get on a conversation with someone in sales, in business, how would you want that person to see you differently than they do right now? How would you want your mindset to be every single day? How would you want your mental health to be every single day? Now, the only difference between the you now and the you on this side is the steps that you take to get to that stage. And the vast majority of the time, we're not taking the right steps. We're just not. We're not taking the relevant actions consistently over a long enough period of time to get to that stage. And that's not right. It's just not. This isn't a rah-rah meeting. I'm not here to pump everybody up. It's true. Here's the big thing we've got. If you're ever going to step into that greatness, if you're ever going to step in and become the best version of you, it is going to be more uncomfortable than you've ever had before. The reason we know that is otherwise you'd already be there. So what we've got to work out is this. What does that path look like? What am I prepared to do? And what are the steps that I need to take when it gets really uncomfortable? I'm going through one at the moment. So a lot of people will know I've lost about 2 stone. Still got work to go. But I said this year, started on the 29th of December. So I didn't want to wait till New Year's Day. And I went off and I said, I'm going to do a press up every morning. 1 press up. Hey, everyone who's coming in, by the way, it's great to see everyone here. I said, I'm going to do 1 press up every day. Now, when you say you're going to do 1 press up, no one's going to stop at 1. But it's about the committed action to do the very thing we said we would do. A lot of the time, we're setting these big, audacious goals that are so far out there that it's really hard for us to get in. So when we get to that stage, it falls off the side. But when you say you're only going to do 1 press up, the consistency of doing that every day. I woke up today, 5:30, and the plan was just go for a walk. And I sat down with my coffee before I was going to walk out the house. And I didn't want to do the press ups. I normally just do 25 in a row, bang out 25. Tires me out, feel like crap, but I do it. Now, here's the thing. Every day I know, but when I've done those press ups, it's a tick off the box for that day. Here's what I also know. If I don't do that, it will annoy the crap out of me. So I went to walk out the house this morning and I started selling myself on the reasons why I didn't want to go off and do these press ups. In the time I justified doing the press ups, I could have just done them. And then I suddenly thought, I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to be out on my walk and it's going to bother me. And if something's going to take you less than a minute to do, but you're going to think of it 10, 15 times over the next 24 hours for 10 seconds, think about how much energy and time we're wasting off the back of it. And this is exactly the same as in sales. If every time you see a calendar appointment come up, if every time you get on the phones, if every time you make an outreach, every time you go to walk into that boardroom, every time that you get on a phone call, there's a level of doubt that you're going to get that deal, you have to realize that is not you operating at your highest level. It's really not. Now, do we all get nerves? Yes. I talk about anxiety all the time. Like I see it like my superpower. But there's a big difference between having some anxiety and having complete lack of belief. And if you're not going in with a level of certainty about what you do, that's because there's a flaw somewhere in the system. That might be the fact that it's your level of belief because you know your skills aren't as sharp as they could be. Could be the fact you know your product isn't as great as you could be. Maybe you've not been getting the results that you want. Maybe your head's not in the right place. But whatever it is, it's all actionable things that you can go off and actually do within your business to get to that next stage. Everyone can do it. And it's really nice seeing people drop in. None of these men be big things. Hey, nice to see you, Vivian. This is why we're putting on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram Live, because I want to share and have these conversations. I want you to realize that when you get on a sales call today, tomorrow, Friday, if you're not fired up at what you're about to do, you are not focused on helping that person. You're focused on getting a deal. And when your focus is only on getting the deal, the other person is going to sense that. You need to know that you're going in with a real clear focus to help those people move forward in their business. I've got someone at the moment who is really, they want their help, they want to get started, but there's A, B, and C reasons. And I said to her, we need to have a call, and here's why. When you're looking at taking someone like me on, you're looking to make a real actionable change in your life. You should have a level of doubt. You should have belief in what I'm going to be the guy to help you, but you should have a level of doubt because you're about to do something that you've never done before, to a level you've never done before. So if we're going to go into the wilderness, if we're going to go out, imagine you're going to go out to sea and you've only ever swum 50 meters out, and I'm going to take you a mile out and you're going to swim back. The level of doubt and concern is going to be there. But what about if you know you can swim a mile? If you knew you can swim a mile because you practiced in a pool back and forth without stopping, what's going to happen to your confidence? Your level of confidence is going to go up because you've done the thing before. You just haven't done it in that environment. So what we do here is help develop the processes, the SOPs, the scripts, the conversations, the questions, the whole thing. But we've used on all these other people. And that's why when we have the conversations with people, there's a level of belief, because I'm not sat in the background doubting what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. I can fully immerse myself in that person. I can fully immerse myself with that company, with that coach, that consultant, that business, that MD, that CEO, CFO, COO, to really focus on them. Think of it like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee used to practice all the time, right? But he was unconsciously competent with his skills. So if he got into a fight or whatever it might be, he's going to be fully focused on the situation, not questioning on his skills. And when you're fully focused on the situation, you can fully immerse yourself. When you're fully immersed, you're more present. When you're more present, you're more effective. And that's what I want to see for people. We can't just go through life always thinking this is it. We can't keep going through life accepting that this is the best it's going to be. We live in a life right now that in the history of time, the amount of opportunity that is out there for us is now greater than it's ever been. Greater than it's ever been. Our price is high. Yes. It's fuel problem. Yes. Russia and Ukraine. Yes. But if we go in the history of time for you in your life, unless you are in that war zone right now, compared to most of the troubles and dramas that everyone else has gone through, our opportunity is far greater right now than it is for any of our people before us. Just by having a phone, you can talk to someone anywhere in the world. If you've got WhatsApp, you can talk to anyone with WhatsApp in the world for free. You have social media for free. You have email pretty much for free. You can set up a landing page, a website pretty much for free. You don't even need a product or service anymore because you can sell other people's products or services. You can be an affiliate for free. There's never been a greater time than right now to be in the world that we are in. But we're so accustomed to where we're at. And for most of us, we've achieved more than we plan to achieve. And that's put us in a position where we've stopped having the urgency needed to get to that next level. Because we've gone from life of uncomfortableness, discomfort, problem, pain, whatever it might be, out of that to where you've got a nice life, you've got a nice house, you've got the cars, the holidays, the family, the nice shoes, nice bag, the ring, or whatever else it is. So now we've become more comfortable than we've ever been before because we've got a better life than we've ever had before. But our goal was to get here. And for too many people out there, we are giving up on what our big goal was for where we are right now. Because we're looking at there's a lot of other people out there that have got worse than you, got less than you. And that's okay. But if you're looking at other people, realizing I've got more than them, I don't have the urgency, you need to question that. Because if you have an opportunity in front of you to make a lasting impact in your life, you deserve and your family deserves and all of that to go ahead with it. Because if someone takes away your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn right now, and that's where you generate all your business, everyone will be kicking off. Oh, this is so unfair and this is so unfair, but we're not using it to its fullest. We do it now with LinkedIn. Message 50 people a day. Why not? I have access to 50 people a day. And people are, oh, well, I don't want to do this and I don't want to do that. Well, don't. But it's never been easier. Sit down with a latte in a nice coffee shop with some great tunes on and message 50 people. Hey, been working with ABC in your industry recently. I'm not sure if you've reversed what you're doing with your sales and moved towards the new way of selling. We'd love to have a chat sometime. What's the worst case scenario from that? If they don't reply to you, you're in the same place you were anyway. But imagine if all the internet goes down tomorrow. Boom! And you've got to go out and generate business, hand to hand, door to door. Hello, I'd like to come and talk to you. Oh, I don't want to be an inconvenience. Oh, it's raining outside. You literally can sit in a coffee shop with your favorite beverage and send messages to people. Hey, you didn't know I existed. Now you do. Obviously, you don't send that as a message, but you see what I'm saying? You have the opportunity to outreach to anyone. You can sit on LinkedIn, get Sales Navigator, search by industry, company size, how long they've been doing a job title, the whole thing. You can find your perfect avatar without even getting off your ass. You can find the right people that have the needs and requirements for your products or services, and you can talk to them. You can engage with them. You can interact with them. And it doesn't matter if they say no. Initially, if they don't know you exist, they can't buy from you. Just that simple. So if you haven't got an ad campaign running to highlight who you are, imagine if I go and sit in this room now, turn the internet off, and I just sit by the door waiting for people to turn up. Got great product and service. I'm sure they'll come. We know that ain't going to happen. Think about your social media. If your social media is only getting sent out to 10% of your following, think about your following now. That means that only 10% of it are seeing it. So then think about what a percentage of those have to engage for you to get anywhere. Take the time, contact people, engage with people, network with people, talk to people. Use this amazing technology that we have got. These phones are more powerful than the same computers that spent the Apollo space mission, spaceship, up into the sky, all the way up. We're using it for Candy Crush. You can have apps on this, but have access and make your life easier to go off and do it. But it's Tuesday today, the 29th of March, and there's people out there today that didn't wake up. So you've got the tools, the opportunity, the ability, the skill set, the contacts, the communication. All you've got to do is hit that button and start doing it. Press that button, start calling people. If you don't know what to say, learn. If you don't know what to say, just make the calls. If you want to see my post, go back on Instagram. Go and check out the post today about Kobe. If Kobe didn't have the right technique, practicing for 6 hours a day wouldn't be worth the time. But it is far better to at least be on the court shooting than standing there going, right, well, I need to think about the right technique. And should I go on the court? Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people on the court. Don't want to inconvenience people. They'll have to come and clean the court after. No, get out there, start shooting. And when you've took the time to go out and start shooting, then work on your technique. Then when you've got your technique right, then start mastering the technique. Then really start getting really granular on the detail. Because we're not doing it. And our biggest inconvenience for us right now is, I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I don't want to get some rejection. I am glad my grandparents never fought that way when they were out in the trenches fighting in wars to save our freedom. I'm glad that we have the realization and the opportunity we have here. But having gratitude for all that you have isn't enough. It's making the most of the opportunity that's here in front of us. That's it. That's simple. Anyone who does want access, by the way, to the whole platform, we're making life so easy for you. If this has rung a little bell in your head and you think, okay, I want to do something, but I don't want to spend any money, that's right. This is what you do. You hop over to Instagram, or if you're on Instagram now, go to my DMs, DM me the word free, F-R-E-E, free, and we'll give you a couple of weeks completely free access, no cost, no charge, to over 780 interactive coaching videos. And you can go on and just cherry pick the pain points you've got in your business now, get the right things, go and get the skills, get those techniques up, get them reps up. Until I see you again. 2:30 today, we're live in Clubhouse for the Sales Huddle. So if you want to come by, come by. If not,